It's been 26 years since Lehman's pride has decimated the men of the glass continent. A generation has passed and the old heroes have yielded to time. The young have come to test their will against the realm and have their names remembered. Their blood shall mix upon the field of battle, making them sister and brother. The time has come to tell the story. Gather round, weary travelers, and hear the tale of how the realm was tamed and fear was conquered. Let us tell you the days of high adventure.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Steve. I'm going to be your DM for today's game. I got the players with you. They're going to go ahead and introduce themselves.
Hi, my name's Griffin. I am playing a character named Carl. Carl is a rogue, and yeah.
I'm Eddie. I'll be playing a monk named Javier.
I'm Benny. I'll be playing Shandy Wellwater, a sorcerer.
My name is Alex, and I'll be playing Henry Monroe, a human fighter.
And I'm Jordan. I'm going to be playing a half-elf warlock named Indiok.
Cool. Beautiful. Okay, everyone, welcome. So right now we're going to get into a little bit of the background of the world if you weren't aware of it. Well, it's the first episode, so no one probably is. So the way the world of glass works is there was a large invasion from an imperial army, and they basically murdered all of the male citizenry they could get their hands on, decimated the entire continent pretty much. There's a very small amount of male population left, probably 1 in 5 now is male, where it was before. And you happen to have a group of all males in this world, please feel free to check out our sister podcast too. That's a group of all females. So you can find that information at Hawaii 5e. But at this point, they're in City of Glass, which is the capital city of the entire realm. They've all gotten here for different reasons or another. So you just happen to arrive at the same day that Lehman's Pride Parade goes through town. Lehman was the regent of the continent, and he was the reason that pretty much all the men on the continent have been murdered because of his desire to become king. If you want to get further into the background of the world, feel free to check out the website. Won't go too much into it now, but you should get the gist of it from where we are. This is also the day that the 10 Thunders Guild recruits new recruits. So I believe all of you have your own personal reasons for being in town at this moment, and we're going to start up pretty much where that is. So at this time of day, you wake up. Some of you leave the Three-Toed Dragon Inn, which is across the street from the guild house. Others have just got into town and are walking around making their presence known in a non-subtle way. Also, Lehman's Pride Parade is about to begin. So is there anybody here who wanted to attend that parade before they go to the guild house? Just to see what it's all about.
I don't know if necessarily I would have ever seen one, so I'd like to go. Yeah, check it out.
Anybody else going to go?
Henry has never seen a parade in his life, so he is definitely going to check it out.
Okay.
I think the family I'm living with, they go to parade, I go with.
Oh, you're being escorted. Sorry if I wasn't clear about that. You have 2 guards escorting you. Seems to be a theme with your characters, actually. But they do like talk to each other, like, "Oh, we'll stop by the parade on the way out, just see what's going on."
Happy for me.
Am I at the guild house already? We left with me in a cart on the way here.
Right. So it's up to you how long you wanted to have been in the city before the actual...
Oh, just a couple days then.
Okay,
I'll
sure.
be at the guild house then.
So yeah, you can be in front of the guild house. The parade does go beyond the guild house, so you can basically be in front of that if you guys want. Okay, so I'm going to read you a little expert so you can figure out what's going on. You enter the streets of Glass and find yourself surrounded by the unbathed masses. More humanoid creatures than you've seen in your lifetime crowd the street. Halflings, gnomes, and children have taken up every vantage point available to them. Then you hear the drums and the screaming voices of the people as the procession turns the corner. 4 mages hold up a globe of force to protect the king and themselves. You see him. Sitting in a golden gaudy throne carried by 8 spectral guards and covered in all manner of gems and precious metals sits what's left of Lehman, the would-be king. He is missing his right eye, he has no legs, and he has lost one of his arms. Lehman's exposed face is crisscrossed with burns and scars, but through all of his injuries, he still holds on his face a look of superiority. His eye gazes down upon the crowd as a ruler surveying his subjects. Even when all has been taken from him, Lehman still has not managed to lose his pride. Through the cacophony of boos and hissing, you hear the screams of mothers who lost husbands and sons screaming the names of their dead fathers. Daughters cry out the names of their lost fathers. People throw anything at hand towards the giant procession. Okay, at this point, I need everybody to make a charisma save. It's going to be a DC 15.
Not 20.
I got a 13.
I had nat 22.
I was cocked. Yeah, I'm good. I made it.
18.
18. Okay, so I have 2 failures and I have 2 nat 20s, right? So the 2 nat 20s, you feel a wave of emotion like hitting you, and you realize it's a foreign thing. Like it's not a natural wave. Everybody who just made their saves, you just feel like a rage kind of building up on inside of you. Anybody who failed their save, though, the horrible thing about this parade is that no one is obliged to act, but that it is almost impossible to avoid joining in. Within 30 seconds, if you failed your save, any pretense is unnecessary. A hideous ecstasy of fear and vindictiveness, a desire to kill, to torture, to smash his face with a great axe seems to flow through the entire crowds and you, like an electrical current, turning one against one's own will into a grimacing, screaming lunatic. Eventually, the procession makes its way around the next block. The crowd looks to each other. Mothers wipe their eyes. Others tuck in their shirts and fix their hair. Everyone shambles away, avoiding eye contact.
That was weird.
That was weird.
What nasty business do I see here?
Having passed my save, can I tell the origin?
Of where it comes from? Do you have knowledge arcana?
Yes.
Are you trained in it?
Yes.
Yes. Go ahead and make a roll.
That is a 5.
Okay. So you know that it's unnatural, but you don't know
Sorry, that is a 9.
a 9 still. You
9.
know it's an unnatural phenomenon. There's like a venomous presence within like the crowd. People legitimately feel hate,
All right.
but you don't know. You know there was some kind of magical amplification there. Cool. Okay. Beyond that, is there anything anybody wants to do before the recruitment starts in the guild hall in town? You have this biggest city you've ever been to. Some of you have been here for a while. Other people have just gotten here, and some people don't really have a choice what they're doing.
Well, since I traveled quite a bit, I imagine I've been here before.
Yeah, you've been here before.
Okay, a few times. All right.
A few times.
I know my way around. I'm probably just going to head straight for the guild.
Okay. Just want to make sure nobody wants to do anything before that. Okay.
No.
Perfect. Well, let's get to it then.
Too poor.
That is the theme. Okay. Across from the three-toed dragon inn lies the 10 Thunders Guild. The hall itself appears to be 3 towers of glass, one green, one red, and one black, woven together into an impossible structure. The top of the structure appears to have been sheared off at an angle about 50 feet overhead. Before the hall, you see a mass of people representing every conceivable age and profession, from soldiers to bakers, 8-year-olds to 80-year-olds. Women and a few men stand before the great hall. Mounted above the hall's great double doors is a giant diamond the size of a plow horse. It's ridiculously huge, and you have no idea why no one would cut it into smaller diamonds and sell it. It just seems like hubris. Suddenly, the great doors open, and 3 women emerge as different from each other as possible. The first is a small, lithe female elf, all in black-studded leather armor, with black eyes and black hair. She wears a brace of throwing daggers crisscrossed across her chest and an elegant long blowing quiver strapped across her back. The second is a very tall human woman, nearly 7 feet tall, with red hair, pale skin, and a ragged look about her. Besides a few animal skins and battle scars, she wears no armor. Strapped across her back is a giant maw with a black iron spike on one side and a silver spike on the other, and a giant mithril ring upon its base. But what really draws your attention to her is the colossal pregnant belly that she seems to carry in one free arm. The last of the 3 is a strange-looking half-elf, her blonde hair carelessly tied behind her. Where her eye used to be lies a giant egg-sized red and purple gem that glows slightly, illuminating ragged burn marks in the empty socket. As she begins to point out people in the crowd to come forth, she does so with a silvered 6-finger hand. You, not you, enter. The rest wait here. So you see a group of people basically walk in, all female. You're left out in the crowd. Looking around, meandering around, you see just all manner of people. So as the day progresses, you see people come in, they come out. Like a minute later, they reemerge. They get more people to come in and out. People that are leaving just have a weird, confused look on their face. So this process continues for most of the afternoon. When questioned, the rejected people tell you that each lady asked a nonsensical question, and then upon hearing the answer, they were dismissed. Finally, the 6-finger hand points to you and 5 other men in the crowd. The women standing before you smirk, and a few catcalls come from the women standing around as you are led into the grand hall. So you're all picked out, oddly
Henry
enough.
blushes.
He blushes. So it's very odd that it would be all men that they point out, but they pull you back in. Everybody enters.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, move forward.
Beautiful. All right.
Stumble over myself running.
Am I allowed to go inside?
You don't really get a choice as you are like physically pushed inside.
Push to take it easy, okay? I go. Fuck.
The two guards are like are basically behind the door waiting, and they go over to the edge where you're going to be exiting at the end. Okay, so when you pass through these doors, your group enters a grand eating hall with almost 100 feet in length and width. A small stage lies at the far end. A number of tables have been pushed against the wall. Upon the wall, there are different trophies. Here, a dented sword or shield. There, a small dragon's head or imperial banner, mementos from previous conquests. At this time, why don't you guys go ahead and give a description of each one of your characters so we have an idea of what you look like.
So Carl is a tall, strapping elf with blonde hair and porcelain white skin. He's wearing nothing that could be construed as suspicious. Handsome individual.
Give me your perception checks to see if you notice that he was escorted up there.
That's a not good.
19.
19?
13?
13? So you didn't really notice anything.
I failed.
Well, you did
Yeah,
notice
my
that
perception.
he had like an entourage.
I got 5.
5. You noticed that his entourage was rather violent. Yes, and forceful. Okay. But nothing's been said. Did you told the armor and the weaponry that you carried as well?
Oh, yeah. So I do have weapons. I have actually a hand crossbow, a short sword, and a light crossbow. He wears studded armor, or studded leather armor as well.
Okay.
Javier is a ragged-looking youth currently. He is 5.5 feet tall, rather short for a human male, but he's actually wearing something like a leather duster with no shirt. And he looks like an underwear model. He's shredded as all get out, and he's got lovely kind of chocolatey brown hair, but currently an unwashed mess, and blue eyes. He currently carries very little, except he does have a short sword at his side, but it looks obviously unused. Yeah, well, actually, he is wearing his very large, big gold belt on his stomach that he actually attempts to conceal as much as possible, really.
Gotcha.
Shandy is a male halfling, and he has auburn red hair and small mutton chops that he's attempting to grow now that he finally can. He's wearing actually rather nice clothes, kind of a very comfortable looking gray-blue cloak and different shades of gray for his tunic pants, and he does wear some nice cloth boots as well. He carries a quarterstaff on his back, though since he's a halfling, it looks more like a drumstick. It's not very large, and he always has a very bright, winning smile at all times.
Cool.
Henry is a very young lad. He is a monster of a man. He's wearing some very, very rusty plate mail armor that looks like it doesn't fit right. It barely covers his face with the helmet when it's fully down. He carries a very old shield and a very rusty longsword. And he has a frog that he is seeming to talk to while he's walking up towards the guild hall. He's fair-skinned, brown hair, and very muscly, but it's more like baby fat than actual muscle.
Cool.
And Indy, he's a tall. You can tell that he's a half elf, but he doesn't really look like the half elves that you've seen. He has black hair with gray streaks that seem like they should be on a much older person, and he has a small amount of facial hair. He's wearing a tattered a cloak, a tattered traveling cloak, but it's not cut in the style that you would see usually, and his entire wardrobe is similar. They just look strange, not like what you would see people wear normally. I carry just a sword.
Okay, no, I like it. So, the three women make their way to the small stage and motion for you to sit below them. The tall, pregnant redhead looks down and points at you.
Hello?
Why isn't there a mouse-flavored cat food?
Well, because of course you can't give the cat the thing it wants every time. If you give it to mouse every time, it won't catch mouse in your house. Okay? Stupid question, really.
Interesting. The dark elf female points to another in the group. How important does a person have to be before they are considered assassinated instead of just murdered?
I suppose they have to have a lot of people caring about them in their whereabouts.
Interesting. Okay. The blonde one looks to you. She points down. Why do we say it is out of whack? What is a whack?
A whack is just the order of how things are. So to be out of whack is to be out of the common order.
Interesting. Suddenly, and without warning, you hear an explosion outside the walls that shake the entire city. Cool. Weapons and bones fall from their housing. The three women look to each other with fear in their eyes. The blonde looks to the other two. Electra's experiments, she brought them back. Another boom, and you see cracks appear above you in the glass. The tall redhead screams, "Run, you fools!" as the ceiling collapses upon them. You guys have about 3 seconds if you want to do anything before stuff continues.
Can we run?
Let's run.
Yeah, that
Okay.
sounds like what we're supposed to do.
Okay, so as we're running, I'm just wondering what everybody's doing at this point.
I would like to see if I can save any of the women.
Okay.
Shandy runs.
That's fine. I just want to know what we're doing. Running, trying to save the women. Shandy
Running.
runs.
I'm doing what I'm told. Running.
Running.
Bolting.
Bolting. Okay, so you start to move away. You start to move towards the women.
Quickly, I can escort you out.
Forming around you are 5 Eladrin, appearing alien to your mortal eyes. They have oversized eyes taking up half of their face, and their ears are overly long, ending in sharp points 6 inches beyond the back of their head. Each of the 5 have thin, wiry bodies and wear armor consisting of bands of multicolored glass. In their hands are thin long swords made of ivory and gold. In unison, they approach you. From below the rubble, you can hear the sounds of moaning and cries from the women for help. At this point, we are going into initiatives.
Woohoo! Hey-o.
Okay, let's go ahead and get some initiatives on the board. Carl, what do you got?
21.
21.
Damn.
Javier?
I got me a 10.
Okay. Shandy?
13.
Henry?
I have 8.
Indy?
17.
Well, looks like Carl kicks it off.
Yeah, well, hold on.
Oh.
Rogues, man.
I rolled a 4.
You managed to double it, so it's okay.
All right, Carl. What are you doing?
What am I looking at?
So you have the 4 Eladrin. They're armed with weird-looking longswords made out of ivory and gold. Their eyes are giant, but their eyes are blank. And they, in unison, kind of move towards the 4 of you standing there.
Okay.
There is a pile of rubble. You do hear cries for help in the rubble and moaning. Yes.
All right. So I'm going to head towards the rubble. About how far away is that?
About 35.
Cool. Yeah, I'm going to head that way. But before doing that, I'm going to turn around with my hand crossed and very subtly fire a shot into the Eladrin that's closest to me.
All right, hit it.
Cool. Well, that's an 11 to hit him.
Okay, that's going to miss.
Okay, so then I'm just going to dash the fuck over there and hope he didn't see me.
Okay, what's your movement?
Movement's 30.
Okay. Cool. Bonus action, anything you want to do?
That's it.
Okay. Indy, you're up.
All right,
And
I'm
Shandy, you're on deck. Sorry.
gonna turn towards the Eladrin and be like, I've been searching for you. I was born at Yadamanase. I belong with you.
You get a blink in response.
Okay. Like, nothing.
Nothing.
Not welcome company.
Oh,
It doesn't seem like he understood you. Does that make sense?
Okay. Right, because I don't speak Eladrin.
You have how many languages?
Well, there's no one to teach it.
There's no one's figured out the Eladrin language at this
Right.
point. There's no writing anywhere, so no one knows how to speak it.
I'm gonna just move to where these guys are, but I'm like kind of backing, like not wanting to turn.
Of course.
Tail.
Yeah. Do you want to set any kind of trigger at all that I need to know about?
If I'm attacked, I'll hit him with the Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Perfect. Cool. That'll give you disadvantage from fighting next to him, though, right?
It's a spell.
I'm not next
Okay.
to it.
No, I'm just making sure if he
Person,
comes up
this
to you.
isn't an enemy.
Gotcha. Okay. Shandy?
Do they all seem aggressive at this point?
They have a blank look on their face. They are armed, and they did move forward at you in unison.
I'm going to move back 10. So we can start moving toward the rubble, but I'm going to cast Sleep. Let's see, within... So 20-foot radius.
Okay. So you can get 3 of them.
These 3?
Yep.
I'll cast there.
What's the save DC, or is it just automatic?
Roll the number of hit die I can affect.
Right, but I don't think they get a save, do they, with sleep?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give them roll them out for me.
Okay, it'll be 5d8 total.
Yeah, hit it.
$17.
17? Okay, so let's see, we'll say you affect that one first. So the one back there just stumbles forward and then falls down. The other 2, you don't look like you did enough to knock them out. Okay. They kind of rub their eyes a little bit, and their eyes are huge, so it takes their whole hand to rub their eye, but they shake off the effects of it. Bonus, you still have 20 movement if you want to do anything with it.
I'll continue to move back as close to the rubble as I can get.
Okay. Got it. Okay. They move forward. So he does come up to you in an aggressive manner with his sword raised. That will trigger your Eldritch Blast.
Like he's attacking me?
Yes.
Okay. Alright. I didn't want to do this, but you seem to have forced my hand. That is a 22.
Oh, yeah. That just barely hits. That full on. You hit him full in the face as he walks forward.
And that's 1 damage.
Yikes.
How much? 1?
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. You fire at his face, and I mean, he sees it coming because he's got those giant eyes. But he slides to the side, and you manage to graze his ear that's like sticking out of the back of his head.
Maybe my heart isn't all the way in it.
Right. I completely
Searching
understand.
for these guys.
Yes, that's what we'll say.
Okay. So those 3 move forward, and this one moves over to you towards the rubble. So I have 2 attacks on
Wow. 2 attacks.
on Javier. No, each one's attacking.
Oh.
Oh no.
So a 15 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. So one comes through and slices at your leg. The other one looks like it hasn't done combat in a very, very long time, and like half-heartedly like whips back at you. Cool. The slice on your leg does 5 points of damage.
Ow.
Doesn't feel good.
Yeah, you notice as you bleed white. It's very strange.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that is weird.
That is very weird.
I'm freaking out now.
Yeah.
Are you made of milk?
Not since last time I checked.
All right, Indy, you're going to get 1 attack as well.
Oh, okay.
That's a 12 to hit.
My AC is 13.
Okay. It goes to stab at you, and you basically put your hand in front of its eyes, so it can't really see what's going on. And the last one goes after... Is that Shandy over there? 13 to hit?
That's Carl.
Oh, is that Carl? Sorry. 13 to hit Carl.
It does not hit.
Okay. You likely just slide underneath the blade.
Sorry, you were too slow for Carl.
As you mock him. All right, Javier.
I'm gonna punch him. The one that hit me. I'm
Okay.
gonna punch that one.
Go for it.
Not great. It's a 9 to hit.
That's not going to do it,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Okay.
And that's my turn then.
Gotcha. Bonus movement, nothing. We're good.
No.
Okay. Henry, you're up.
I'd like to roll perception to try and find any of the women in the
Sure.
rubble.
Go for it.
That is a 22.
You definitely know where they are in the pile. The 3 of them, they're basically right at each other. You can get there.
Okay.
Won't cause you an action or anything.
Could I attempt to lift one of them?
Sure. You're trying to lift the shards of glass, the giant shards of glass on top of them is what you want to do, or is what?
I want to lift the women out of the rubble.
Okay.
Or are they pinned?
They're kind of buried and pinned under.
Okay. So then I'll try to lift the glass then.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Ooh, I'm good at that. That is a 22. Again.
22. Oh, okay. So you go under, on the farm, you've had lots of experience doing this. You just go under, just push up, push press. Looking down, there are 3 women are there. All 3 are kind of unconscious and moaning. The crystal is shaky. You think it might drop next round. You think you can only probably save one of these 3.
I don't like making choices.
Yeah.
Can I save them while I'm lifting it up?
You're gonna, if you pull one out, you're not gonna be able to hold with 2 hands. You're basically gonna be able to hold it just enough to pull one out, and then you're gonna drop the rest on.
Can I look at the other 2 men beside me and I say, "Can one of you help me? I'm not strong enough to pull them out."
You're not gonna be able to hold it after your turn.
I'll get the pregnant one.
Okay. Just give me a quick athletics check. I just want to make sure you don't fumble.
That is a 18.
18. You quickly reach down and grab her. Your elbow gives way, and you just yank her and throw her basically
I'm sorry.
outside of it, and you just hear a disturbing crunching sound as the rest of the shards fall.
Henry starts crying.
Okay. It's accurate. Okay, we're back up to Carl.
Okay, so when that just happened, Carl's there poised with his crossbow, looking very heroic, just so that the pregnant lady could see him.
Oh, she's unconscious.
Oh, well then, he still did it, but he just did it in vain.
Fair enough.
So anyway, he sees that nobody sees him. He's like, all right, well, cool. Or as Carl would say, okay, now, so maybe I can disappear and I run far to the side of room. But of course I want to shoot because it is fun to shoot people. So Eladrin closest to me, once again, I will shoot you. So yeah, light crossbow, 22 to hit him.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
You get him in the face.
Nice.
Boom.
That'll do 7 damage.
7 damage. And you fire, and it goes into one of those eyes, and it starts screeching a noise that you don't hear through sound. You hear it in your brain. And it pulls it out, and there's like a white milky liquid that just starts pouring out, and it falls to the ground dead.
You disgust me.
Bonus action movement?
Bonus action, I am getting as far away from the things I can. So back towards the other side of the room. I don't know, which way is the exit? Away from the rubble?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'll take all 30 feet of movement in a dash and hide behind whatever's available.
You actually don't have that ability yet. Till 2nd level.
Awesome. So
Nice try.
yeah, I'll just sit there like an idiot. So
Okay.
cool, here we go.
Fair enough. Okay. Indy?
All right. Does pulling out my sword provoke an attack of opportunity?
Not at all.
Okay, cool. I'm going to be like, you've brought this on yourselves. I lay my curse upon you. And I do my Hexblade curse on this guy next to me. And I'm going to draw my sword and slash in this thing.
Is there a special way your Hexblade Curse presents? I just want to be curious.
Like the ground around him turns very dark and like, the shadow creeps up his body kind of.
Beautiful.
And that is going to hit.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is a 23,
Yeah.
I believe.
Once again, you get this one in the face.
Okay.
Go for it.
And this is a D8. Oh, that's pretty good.
Max damage.
Yeah, so that's 8 damage plus strength or plus dexterity.
Your
It's-
Hexblade... Oh, you don't have the Hex weapon yet, do you?
Longsword is versatile, so you can use dexterity or strength.
Whatever's higher.
Okay, well then plus 2, so it'll be 10 damage.
Okay. So the black starts to creep up. Doesn't that give you an additional d6 to damage? Am I wrong?
Mm-mm.
No.
It gives me better crits and healing.
Gotcha. You see it look down at his feet, and while it's looking down at his feet, you take this opportunity to whip your sword up into its face. And you just basically lop most of the front of its face like completely off. Yeah. You notice like a milky white blood there, and it kind of grabs at where its face was and drops to the ground, making a disgusting sound.
Sick.
Cool. You can drop that one. Cool. Bonus action movement?
Bonus action was my curse.
Oh, gotcha. Any
And,
movement?
Yeah, I'll move. I don't realize that there's no helping these people, but I'm going to move over here to maybe not, bump that.
Okay.
Be facing like
Gotcha.
in that direction still though.
Okay. Shandy, what you got?
No, Shandy's just horrified at the whole situation.
Yeah. Understandable.
He just looks at those 2 bad guys over there. It's like, I won't let you! Sleep spell again.
All right. Beautiful. Hit it.
So I'm going to be the first one to go down in this sleep. Because it's an AoE.
Well, he can hit them without hitting you.
Oh, you can choose? I
Yeah.
thought it was a peel. I thought
Oh, no, he can't, but he can target the radius where you're not going to get
it'd be
hit.
funnier if you're not.
I agree, but I have
34.
34.
I rolled really high.
Yeah. Wow.
Damn.
That was a lot of sevens.
So the other 2 kind of pull their swords back, and they look over at the man with the giant golden belts and the trench coat and just drop their swords to the ground and both collapse.
And I yell, restrain them.
Cool. As you yell, restrain them, the rubble kind of like puts itself back up. The Eladrin vanish. The wounds that you have just go away. And the three women come walking out of the pile of rubble. And you hear them like kind of like talking to each other.
Henry is still crying. He says, I thought you died.
The redhead
Shandy comforts him.
The redhead comes over and like rubs your head. He's like, "Oh, you saved me. You saved me, didn't you? You liked me the best." And she goes back and starts talking to the other female. Through the talk going back and forth, they just look at you like this is like a normal occurrence. Is there anything you guys want to do while they're having this conversation?
So you're not undead?
They look at you, giggle, and go back to their conversation.
I'll take that as a
I'm just scowling.
Fair enough. I would be pissed off in this situation as well. So you overhear just like little tidbits like, all men, are you sure you want to do that? It's bad precedent. And talking back and forth and like, can follow orders at least. And it's like, that one saved me. Like 1 in 50 saved me. So and then they keep talking back and forth.
Yeah, you guys are all assholes.
So
Speak to your HR department.
So they seem to come to a consensus. And they turn around and look at you and they say, well, you are formally invited to join the Guild of the Ten Thunders.
You mean we'll be adventurers?
You will be more than that. You'll be guild members.
Well, I like the sound of that.
I give a flourishing bow. Thank you, ladies. I speak for myself. I accept.
After seeing him bow, Henry stumbles over to bow too.
I do like a formal nod, but
Still have the scowl on your face. Okay, just checking.
I have my concerns with this organization. So, how do you see this going together? All of us will adventure together or no?
Yes, that is the plan.
Okay, so herein lies my problem. I am here with a silly boy with brave intentions, but I don't know. Small man who makes people sleepy. And this guy I don't see so much, so I don't know. Flashy man. I can be convinced. Can you get me out of my shackles with the people I came in with?
The redhead walks up to you and says, we are very aware of your situation, laddie. It's funny that you think you have a choice.
Okay, please. So they don't hear this. You remember what I said about shackles? Guys, don't listen. Quiet, hush.
What's shackles?
It doesn't matter. Yes, okay.
The shackles of life.
Yes, strange woman, I will accept your proposal.
Lovely.
I have one question.
Question away.
Can I bring my horse?
Of course.
Great.
A horse is a horse. Of course. Of course.
Of course you get a horse.
Lovely, lovely. Well, let's all go to the administrative duties. Who would you choose for your patron? So this is Mouser. She points over to the elf woman with the it's fine, with the dark hair and dark eyes. My name is Corum, and that's the woman with the gem in her eye and the silver hand. And this is Falgren. And Falgren is like the very incredibly tall, pregnant woman with the red hair, with a giant maul on her back. You feel free to talk amongst yourselves.
I'm inclined to go with the pregnant one since I saved her while you guys all watched.
Do we all have the same one, or?
You have your same one as a group, yes.
Oh, okay.
If we have the same one as group, I have no opinion. I don't like any of them. So. You pick, my friend. I don't care.
I would prefer the prosthetic lady with the eye in the hand.
Corum?
If I'm going to be sent into battle, I want it to be someone who's seen battle themselves.
But you have to come to a consensus.
I will say she looks pretty fucking metal, so I am with you.
I will concur.
I want the big one.
You have to agree together. So you have 2 for the big and 3 for the woman with the silver hand and the red eye.
Could you two fight so we can see who
Yes.
What would you drop?
They giggle amongst themselves. No, little one, no. We will not be fighting.
I was just trying to find a way to break this stalemate.
Well, I'm not going to fight you. If you guys really, really want it, I'm not going.
What are your duties to us as patron?
As patron, we are responsible for your overall well-being, and we are also responsible for your mistakes.
I would definitely like the red-haired lady then, because she seems nice.
She does seem nice.
I can abide by that, I suppose. Red-haired lady it is.
I
Agreed.
concur.
All?
Yes.
As I said, I don't care. So
Woohoo! All right. So Falgren comes forward. She's like, "Oh, you've chosen well. You've chosen well. Follow me." And she walks you back over to a small little table. And there's 5 chairs sitting there. She says, sit. There are a few things you need to sign and initial and sacrifice, but we'll get there. So she hands you this guild contract, which you are all welcome to read. She says it's mostly just boilerplate things, but...
I take out my special spectacles.
My handwriting is so small.
Do we have a time limit? I am a slow reader.
There's no time limit.
I suffer from overwhelming dyslexia. So if one of you can please translate to me.
While everybody reads over this contract, why don't we go ahead and go to a commercial break and we'll give you the overall gist of it as they finish reading. Okay, be right back.
Hey, my name is Alex. I play Henry Monroe on the podcast. If you like what we're doing, please be sure to give us a 5-star rating on Stitcher, iTunes, or any place that you get podcasts from. If you want to know more about our characters, you can check us out at hawaii5-e.com, where you can learn more about us and our characters. If you feel inclined to do so, please feel free to send us some free stuff, and we appreciate and promote your business. Thanks.
Okay, and we're back. They've had a chance to check out the contract. So basically, this is a guild contract. It's going to go over everybody's job within the group, the guild's responsibility to you and your responsibilities to each other. And it also formalizes practices like interrogation of prisoners, killing of prisoners, in-party fighting, thievery from the party. Also offers a life insurance policy for 1,000 gold for resurrection if one of you dies, and your responsibility to dead party members. Other than that, it's all kind of boilerplate. If you want to take a look at it, I'll put it up on the website at some point so you can check it out and download it for your own campaign.
Yeah.
Cool.
Henry is going to sign this. His handwriting is very childish.
Fair enough.
Do you use your whole fist to grip the pen?
Like a Crayola.
Yeah.
Just write it with your left hand and you're perfect.
There we go.
Okay. And do I get a signature from everyone?
Oh, yeah.
Shandy was
Mumbling
like,
about
All right.
small print and such.
Of course. There is some small print in there, but it's so small you can't even see it.
Wow. Javier gets halfway through and just pretends like he finished it and signs it anyways.
All right. Beautiful. Lovely. Well, now that we're all on board, let me present you with these. And she pulls out a little blue wood box, opens it up for you, and inside are 5 gold rings. She says, so we place these on our pinkies. And she pulls her hand up. Where her pinky is on her left hand is her right. I know. So that's he went with the one. On her right hand, her pinky's missing. There's a little ring there. It looks like gold, pearl, and mithril mixed together in a strange design. But you notice where the finger is just like a ring, and there's nothing there. And she offers these rings to each of you.
Does it matter which hand?
Doesn't matter.
Henry puts it on his non-dominant hand.
Okay. As you put it on your non-dominant hand, you notice your pinky vanishes through the hole in the ring.
Can I take it off?
You cannot.
Oh, where's my pinky?
Oh, funny you should ask. She turns around and there's a large cabinet, just huge. And she goes to a small section of it, opens it up, and you see your pinky in there. As you move your pinky on your hand, you see your pinky move. It's basically a small ring that's in the cabinet that's sitting down flat, and your pinky comes out of the ring. And you see your pinky moving out of it. You see many other pinkies there, like some female, some male. One of them is stone. Another one is like desiccated. Another one has a strange green hue to it. She looks at it and she's like, oh, this is so we can track your whereabouts and find out what happened to you. If maybe you were turned into stone or poisoned to death, or this poor lad was burned to death with a dragon breath. You can see the little scorch marks here, and she just starts making...
will I still be able to cast spells?
Oh, of course.
I'm just looking, seeing if I can see through the ring.
Okay.
It looks
For me-
completely like a normal ring from when you're looking at it there.
For
So,
me,
Carl-
put your nose on it.
Carl turns to Javier. Hey, fancy boy, I have a good idea for a very funny joke. Come with me. Hey, Shandy, small man. I am doctor. I have very important thing to look for. Can you please undo pants so I can see your schnitzel?
I'm a sailor and I've been down this road before.
Okay, joke over. Fine, I put on non-dominant hand. Here you go, half my finger.
That would have been very fun.
Pinky ring vanishes.
Is there a small toe option? I am a halfling after all.
I think it would be so small we wouldn't be able to tell what had happened to you.
Very well. Pinky.
Okay, pinky up.
Thank you.
Pinky.
What?
Yeah, I'll put it on. But I do want to like test to see if I can still kind of feel it there, or if
There's nothing there.
it's so okay. So I punch less hard now.
No, you still have the knuckles,
Sure.
so just don't have the pinky there.
He thinks he punches less hard now.
Well, if you punch with the pinky, you're going to break the pinky.
He doesn't know.
Oh, okay. Supposed to twist and punch with the knuckles.
Next episode, Javier breaks his hand.
He's only ever throwing punches on stage.
Yeah. He's never been in a real fight.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, you were today. Well, I guess I wasn't a real fight either because I was all illusionary. But,
And I didn't hit
And
him.
you missed.
Yeah, I missed.
and you missed.
And I could have taken a second attack, but I'm still learning to play monk. So
Lovely. She points out all the fingers. She says, so this is your little section here. At some point, you should think of a name for your little cadre of men, which is very rare. I'll leave that up to you.
Indy and the boys.
Indy and the boys.
We can name it after where we come from and call it the village people. But never mind, this is a city, so I speak in jest.
I also like that one.
I don't know. For you, I don't care.
We can brainstorm later.
Yes. Brainstorm away.
We'll save this for after the podcast. We'll
Not a
just
problem.
brainstorm. Quick name.
Okay, that's fine. So Falgren basically escorts you through the guild hall. She says, "Oh, your rings will give you access to anywhere you need to go here. There are a few rooms that are off limits, but there'll be something evil guarding it, so I don't think you'll want to go in anyway." She walks you up to the 4th floor, shows you these small rooms. They're about 15 feet by 15 feet wide. There's a bed there. She says, "This will be your cell. No one but you will have access to it. You can feel free to store anything you want in it. No one can get in but you. It's locked to your presence.
We don't have to share.
No sharing at all."
This room is huge.
This is unbelievable.
Yes. Of course, you can't have anybody else in the room, unfortunately, because it's keyed to just you.
Oh, that's a shame.
Facilities is in the hall. She walks you down to the bottom floor and opens
like
up a
college.
little cell door underneath. Inside, you see a small old gnome just sleeping at a desk. And Froggen slams on the desk real fast. Wake up! Wake up! And he pops his head up and just looks at you all. And Froggen says, "This is our quartermaster Thom. Anything you need of non-magical needs, he will provide for you free of charge. Also, any inn in the realm that is in good standing is in good standing with us. Your rooms will be taken care of. You will be fed. Never fear for a place to sleep or a full belly while you are part of the guild. But we do expect you to pull your weight."
Yes, ma'am.
So, now that we've toured the facilities, let's go ahead and speak about what you might do for your first call to arms. Pulling up a large billfold, Tom kind of looks over at you all, looks at her, and goes, "They're all men!" She says, yes, Tom, very observant. And he just nods his head in a weird way. He pulls out a bunch of small writs and hands them over to you. You might as well just give one to everybody. He says, "Well, that's what we have on the docket for today. We'll have more tomorrow if you want to wait then." Shandy gets nothing. They go to hand it, and you kind of put your hand up, and it just goes right over your head to the next person.
Story of my life.
I will keep that. Thank you.
Does anyone want to read theirs out first? Overall gist of what it is.
Mine says that we're to go to a mountain to see if ore deposits are still there. That doesn't sound very adventurous. Where is this Silvertop Mountain?
Anyone have knowledge survival?
I do, but
Not me.
Go ahead, roll.
Knowledge history.
that is
works.
I got
It is-
21.
as an unnatural 20.
With 21 and 20, you've heard of it before. You know it's a very tall peaked mountain north of Greenside. The dwarves have kind of tried to take over the mountains to the north.
Is that near my hometown? I was definitely in the north. It was a really small.
Yeah,
Small town,
So
so-
small I don't see it. But was it close to Greenside? You remember?
Yes.
Yeah, then it's north of that. Yeah,
So I do know this mountain.
yeah. Well, it makes sense with the 20 that you would.
Wait, I know this mountain.
Actually, give me a knowledge history. Did you give me a knowledge history then? Or
No,
was it
I did
knowledge-
survival.
Yeah, hit me with the history.
That's not good. That is a 6.
That's way before your time. Anybody else want to go?
Yeah.
I have a 21 for history.
Oh, do you? Actually, you would probably know a lot about this. I forgot. Okay, so you know during the time that the dwarves were campaigning through the North Mountains, there's a ton of orcs and a ton of goblins going through there. A lot of the northern clans were basically going through and eliminating any type of evil presence. The dwarves of Thal had assaulted Silvertop. They'd taken serious damage to their clan leadership. The king had been killed, as well as a large portion of the noble family, and they basically went back to Thal to lick their wounds. But in the process of that, they had wiped out all the goblin presence there. So did you read the rest of what was on that book? It might be important at the bottom.
Henry wouldn't read that far down.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh,
So yeah, that's what you do know about that.
okay. I'll just kind of straight. It's a old goblin encampment. It's been sacked by the dwarves many times, but maybe once more is in order.
I like to slay goblins.
But you said these are old goblins. Is it some type of retirement home?
That's not very heroic. Why
Yes.
would you say
I
that?
don't want to beat up old
He
goblins.
said it was an old goblin in camp.
I can share with you my writ of commission. So we are meant to go to Oakhurst and locate Belak the outcast. I don't know why if he is outcast, leave him where he is, because nobody wants him anyway. I see. We will determine his intent and eliminate the problem he represents to the order. Oh, sounds like a real asshole.
Yeah.
So, would you like to hear the report, gentlemen?
Sure.
Yeah.
The Circle of the Land-Druidic Order has a rogue druid. He was at last heard asking questions about an old draconic temple located in a rift close to the town of Oakhurst. I couldn't get the Echelon to divulge the reason for the druid's expulsion on the focus of his inquiries, but I sure as hell made him pay for the privilege. These druids are helpful to us when we need to create new trade routes. They clear wildlife and local foliage to make way for roads when they can be persuaded. Find the druid and find out what he's researching and if he can be of any value to us. Deal with him after. We can find him, I don't care.
That sounds like an easy one.
Oh, but she has given update. Damn it, something has happened to the two guild members I sent to investigate. They're not dead, but the markers look strange. Send another group bigger this time and offer a bonus if they can bring news of the wizard Sharwin Hercule. Hercule? As I said before, I am severely dyslexic, so I am surprised I made it so far. But anyway, you get the point. We go find the druid, and presumably we kill. So, okay, that is my task.
That makes me uncomfortable, but alright.
Bye.
Okay.
You're a scared boy. Where do you get that from if you're a scared boy?
Kill? Well, I've never killed before.
Oh, I just do.
Well, you can do either.
Please, you follow my lead. I will show you what you need to know.
Henry starts making motions with his finger around his head.
And not a long one, yeah. Hey, look, this paper in my hand. We are going to get Baron Markov of Fantal. We're going to Fantal, apparently. Now, this one is easy for me. We will be killing undead here. So we got to go get him. Apparently, he's probably undead too.
Is this Edgar Markov? Maybe some vampiric bloodline?
No, it just says Baron. We can ask. Is it this Edgar person?
We would have to do a knowledge history here.
No, I'm asking the quartermaster.
Oh, he's fallen back asleep at this point.
Hey, I shake him awake. Hey,
He wakes
get up.
What?
This one.
What is it?
Is this Edgar
Edgar
Markov?
Man, Markov. What? Let me check. Yes, Edgar Markov.
Hey, there you go.
That is his name.
There you go.
And he goes back to sleep.
What's so important about this Edgar?
Making all his history.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage too.
All right. So that's a 10 or... so that's 18.
18. So what you remember about this place is Markov basically was a devotee of Adus, who is the god of justice. And he basically wanted to create like a small village town keep that was devoted to him in the hopes that he would protect him and his people. You know that he went there with a group of fanatics and basically built up this large, like, hidden castle in like a giant valley that was only accessible one way in, one way out. He had the support of the region at the time. And that's the last thing you've heard. They only accept people that are devotees. So
Relaying this as I remember.
I figured.
Oh, no, that's almost exactly what this is in the paper.
He knew that on top of his head, though. That's pretty impressive.
I'm impressed.
What is this picture?
But when you heard of this, he was very highly respected.
Okay.
That's a picture of the druid.
Oh,
Just so you know what he looks like.
it looks
Very
very.
He
fine.
seems to charge us with disbanding the Thieves Guild in Rivercross. It doesn't seem nearly so difficult as some of these other tasks.
Yeah,
I don't like thieves.
me either.
Well, if the goblins are old, we could go ahead and dispatch them as well.
So just discuss amongst yourselves. It's up to you if you can take one of the writs now, or you can go do something on your own. It's not really a big deal.
And these are the missions that we have to complete 10 of.
Yes, but these are just the ones on the docket
Right.
for today. I mean, they get more constantly in and out.
I'd like to either do the Silvertop Mountain or the Goblin one.
Those are both the same.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are.
What?
Yeah,
This one's for ore deposits.
Right,
right.
but there
That's
might be
Silvertop
goblins.
Mountains.
Oh. Wait.
That was what I remembered.
Right.
Was the goblin place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, let's go kill some goblins.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Goblins it is.
Goblins it is.
Goblins it
Everyone agrees?
is.
Sure.
If you must know, I've come across goblins. I won't tell you where, but they suck. So, yeah, let's go.
No, I've had some
Sounds
interactions with them as well. They're not the greatest.
No,
No, they steal everything.
you're stupid.
Knight's kill goblins. Knowing that we have all decided, Henry would like to make his way to the guild masters, like the armory.
You're in front of. That's where you're in front of.
Oh, do I have to
Yeah.
wake him up again?
Yeah.
Hello. Could I have some armor and a great sword, please?
He looks you up and down and turns around and waves his finger at iron door behind him and pushes it open. It opens up and it's like that scene in The Matrix. It's just a row of every type of armor you could want, every type of weapon you could want, weapons with the strange like designs that you've never seen before, just every type of weapon you can imaginable and armor.
Very shiny.
They all do have like the guild crest, the Ten Thunders crest, like very highly emblazoned upon them. So he says, just take whatever you want. I'll mark it on your guild contract.
Do we pay for these?
No. It's part of your
yes,
commission.
It's 10 gold. I'll take it for you.
Well, if I had 10 gold, I would give it to you.
I have 10 gold.
So if there's any armor or weaponry you want to have, feel free to stock it. It's basically any Monday item that you can find in the player's handbook. It's completely fine.
Other mundane items like ropes and things like that. Can we go as well?
Robes, yeah, any type of things you want to do. There are tailors that are contracted with the guild. I mean, going through the contract, you see all this stuff.
Tailors?
There are tailors specifically contracted for the guild, yeah.
I can
And they'll-
recommend an excellent one. She made this for me as I do a little spin.
Oh yeah,
Fabulous.
his outfit is amazing, by the way.
Yo,
It's very well done.
you do look spectacular. It's bespoke.
Oh, you flatter, sir. Thank you,
Very
sir.
nice.
I must agree, Shandy, you represent yourself very proudly.
Oh, thank you.
There is also a stable here. You can pretty much pull any type of horse you want. If you want to get a warhorse, though, it will take you about a month and a half to acclimate to it.
Do you have any riding dogs?
Of course. Only the best.
Oh my gosh.
You
That's
guys
adorable.
can stable my horse, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you happen to have a lizard that I can ride?
You want like a little lizard?
No, stupid, a big one. You may find underground. I mean, never mind.
What?
Under where?
I've seen a big lizard about the size of my arm.
So, real talk. I was doing research and I found out the drow ride fucking like big lizards in the Underdark. So,
It's pretty cool, right?
yeah. It's awesome. So you don't have. Never mind. Is there a horse maybe that has scales? Because the fur of the horse irritates my sensitive nose.
We have horses that have scale mail. Will that work for you?
Is it hypoallergenic?
I don't know what that word means.
You should. Yes, I take one.
Okay.
But for next time, please check up. This is important things you do.
Yes. I'll make sure to get right on that. And he kind of crawls under his desk because stanza style and falls asleep. Give me a heads up of what everybody wants to take with them. Your choice was silver top, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Henry kind of knows the area. I don't think anybody else has got mountaineering experience, right? So do you know what you want to take with you?
I'm going to definitely take a new set of armor. Because
Okay.
Yeah.
Carl's is like 200 years old.
No problem.
But he's not going to change for you guys. So,
Okay.
I'm gonna pick up some breastplate.
Yeah. Any armor that you want, even up to full plate, they have it here.
Is this area very cold? I ask you since you know the area.
Well, it is a mountain. Yes, it'll be cold.
We get some warm weather gear, some climbing ropes, and pitons.
Smart.
I'm gonna grab me a walking staff.
Okay.
Stay and hygiene toiletry kit.
Okay. Sure.
Something like that.
3 seashells.
The three seashells.
Yes.
Shaving kit.
Yeah.
I'd like to get a great sword as
Okay.
well as new armor
Okay.
because my old one is rusty and does not fit well.
Of course.
Could you describe to me the sorts of plate mail that they have?
Sure. There's multiple types. You're going full plate?
Yes.
Okay. So there's one that looks like it's basically made to intimidate. It's covered in spikes, curved spikes all over it.
That's one.
Yeah, it's black like metal. It's very disturbing. There's another one that is basically fully polished. It's encrusted with the guild symbol. It's white banner in front of it, and it goes all the way down to the legs. The helmet itself looks like it's Eladrinized, and there's white ivory basically filigreed through the breastplate. There's one that's just it's full plate, but it looks like it's double reinforced at like every single like shoulder and underarm and neck. But it's just full metal. It's like the basic package.
Okay.
Okay. There's one that is basically all blood red. There's one that looks very foreign. It basically looks like an insect head mask on the top, and just giving you all of them. And it has like a strange glazed design over top of it.
Uh-huh.
After that, they kind of just veer off into plainness.
Okay. So the white one, it had Eladrin eyes?
It has like for the visor, where the visor is, the
Yeah.
visor is kind of designed in like large Eladrin eyes.
Which looks like Spider-Man.
Does it make me look like
What a
Spider-Man?
danger.
They don't go like Spider-Man's eyes. They're just basically, you can basically pull the eyes up to look through the eyes without them being there. Or you can slide the eyes down and you can see through the slits in the eyes.
Oh. I want to take the white one, but with a regular helmet.
Yeah, so it's just pearl and filigreed through. The emblem of the guild is highly like visible.
Does
And-
it do anything special?
No.
Okay.
It's very recognizable though. You definitely
Yes.
you'll walk into town and everybody knows who you're representing.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else anybody wants to take that you know about?
I'll load up on some more mundane items: rope, flasks of oil, a lantern,
Okay.
warm weather gear.
You know you'll be underground. I think everybody's got pitons and some ropes.
Yeah.
That's just standard. Just keep that in mind as well.
Also, some dehydrated rations. So I guess we need some food down
Yeah.
there.
Let's just assume that you take
All
enough.
in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we won't go deep into that. There's no time limit for when you have to leave, or so if there's anything you want to do in town before you go, just give me a heads up.
get out of here before 5 years. So.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to shave.
Well, the way it works is once you finish 10, the contract's done.
Right.
And you have full access to all the guild stuff for the entire 5 years are there. So some people just like burn out their entire guild contract in the first year and spend the last 5 years just drinking on the company dime, basically.
I like that plan, and I think we should follow it.
Yeah.
Could I ask the table something as people? What do you think would be better? Two-handed or one giant sword? Because I'm going to be a champion fighter, so I'm going to get a lot of crits. With two-handed, I would get more crits. But with one hand, I would get big crits.
What about a shield, though, for AC?
Yeah,
We are low level, and
You don't need AC if you're going to be
Small.
killing your ones.
that's true. The best CC is death.
I don't know. I think a big silly boy just swinging something gnarly with two hands is the way to go.
That's my favorite thing to do ever.
Okay, big sword it is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, we're all outfitted. No one's got anything in town they want to do beforehand.
I want to make sure those two goons from my past aren't still creeping around.
So when you go down to the guild floor, you see the testings kind of continued. You can see through the illusion now what's going on. Most everybody is running, so you're not really going to have time to go out of the keep until the end of the testing for the day.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Can Henry make his way down to the eatery?
yeah,
Cafeteria?
sure.
He's going to eat a lot.
And, so you go down to the chow hall, and it's very strange. There's just a large open like slate, a huge dining room, and then there is basically a trough that runs around the entire room and flows back into the kitchen. The trough itself, inside of it, is gravy, and it's just flowing like a stream. And on top of the gravy is boats made of like, one will contain like meats, another will have like vegetables on it, another will have fruits, another will have breads and grains, and the boats just kind of float around continuously on the gravy stream.
Henry is going to stuff his face.
Okay. So you pull off chicken and like dip it into the gravy.
Yes.
It's just decadent, sir.
I actually go down.
And there's a dessert fountain in the center, of course.
I go down with Henry actually to eat as well,
Okay.
but I don't eat like he does. I eat like broccoli and skinless chicken breast.
My mother says you need to have a lot of meat so you grow big and strong.
Yeah, but you don't get to be cut like this without some sacrifices, okay?
Can't have those carbs.
That's right. Well, Shandy will come down and eat with everyone just to get to know him. And being a halfling, which is basically a locust, we eat constantly. I will thoroughly enjoy the buffet.
Beautiful.
It's just in one hole, out the other.
Yeah, pretty much.
Are you going to join the party to mingle or not? Okay. And
Snack
then
a little bit.
I will eat only mushroom.
gotcha. Okay, so only mushroom. You make an evening of it, just pretty much eating together. There are maybe two other different groups that get chosen for the guild contracts. One is a group of all women. And they kind of actively avoid you.
That seems like the norm.
Yeah. And then another group is all women as well.
The one with the shovel is cute.
It's like high school all over again.
Do you think so? Her forearms are a bit too defined for my particular taste.
Well, I like a good forearm. Hey, Carl, where are you from?
From far away. Don't worry about it so much right now. Maybe later, until I know you better, I will tell you.
You have weird taste, so.
Yes, well, I like lettuce and mushrooms. I am a man of taste, okay?
Yeah, okay.
Mushrooms are gross.
You take that back.
Yeah, well, I've seen what you have done at the dinner table, and if anything is gross, I have just witnessed.
Okay, so you spend the evening bantering. Sorry, we're going to...
You're going to take that sitting down?
Yeah. So the next day arrives, you spend the night. It's a very comfortable room. And you have a very nice breakfast. You mount up, basically stock up your horses, and head out.
Let's go.
As you are heading out, Coram stops you, and she walks over to Henry. And she says, "Something about you smells wrong."
What's wrong with me?
And she kind of like puts her hand like over you and stops at your pack. And she says, "You have something in there?"
Oh,
Right. I have this. And he pulls out the wand thing.
She kind of backs up when she sees that.
I was supposed to deliver it.
Someone told you to bring it here.
Yes, on the way to this city, I met 2 girl knights, and they had me carry this all the way here.
And she basically pulls up this projection of like these 2 brunette sisters.
Uh-huh.
And she says, and they have like this evil looking smirk on their face. She says, "Is this them? Is this the ones that told you to bring that here?"
Yeah,
They told you to bring that thing into this city.
yes. Is that bad?
Oh, that's not good. It's fine. You'll just take it out of the city and don't ever bring it back into the city.
Okay. Here, do you want to hold it?
I take out a cloth. Why? I'll examine that, yes.
Okay. She just kind of gives you all a weird look and says, "All right, just be off and never bring that back into the city."
Can you tell me what to do?
No, just get it out. And she just shuts the doors.
Okay, bye.
So what he basically pulled out of his pack was like this fluted rod. It's got a spiral of white and a spiral of black intertwined together. Other than that, you don't really know much about it.
Maybe later when I have time, I can
Ponder.
identify.
You know it is attuned, just from touching it, you know it is attuned to Henry at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Can I
Oh,
roll
so
like
it
a
is
knowledge
my-
arcana?
Yeah, go for it. Anybody can roll a non-arcana that has trained in arcana. Is anybody trained in
I
arcana?
got a 21.
21? Okay. Anybody else trained in arcana?
Actually, I'm not.
I'm not
Since
trained in
sorcerer.
anything that has to do with
Okay.
brains.
I think you are the only one to train in arcana. So, you're not
This is the
sure,
smart guy. All right.
but you think this is an Eladrin key. The way these keys tend to work is they are tuned to a certain place, and they are made to be at that place, and they give a preternatural awareness of kind of things around that area to whoever the ruler is holding those. If they are taken out of their place, it's generally bad.
Okay.
Bad things happen, and the world basically tries to make it right, if that makes sense.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
And there's not an indication that I can see of where it should be.
You would have to attune to it probably to
Okay.
figure that out.
It seems to be a key of sorts. I
No,
suggest
it's a
you keep
stick.
it on your person. It seems attached to you for now.
You do know that it attracts chaos and aberrations to it.
Okay. But it's like attuned to him, so like
You can't reattune it to you at the
Right.
moment. Yeah. You don't have enough. I mean, you've heard of these things. It's like you heard that the Duke of Greenside has one of these that gave him, when it used to be a him, a preternatural awareness of what was going on in his area.
okay.
So I will put it in my pack and we continue onwards.
Sure. Okay. So we're going to be traveling up to Silvertop from the City of Glass. So there's 2 different ways we can do this. You can take the road down and then up the river cross through Fork and then north through Greenside, or
Take the long way around.
or you can boat up against the current. And currently, Henry is in possession of a boat, a trade vessel. Not that you know that, but Henry knows that.
I have the boat.
So it's up to you how you want to make that happen.
Could we go across the lake and through
You can,
Ashfall?
yeah. You can go, that'll be an easier, you can go through the lake, but remember, so Ashfall,
It's very
actually,
shady.
go give me a knowledge history for everybody.
I was there
You've been there, actually, yeah, you've actually been to
and in
Ashfall.
my prequel thing.
Yeah, you've been there twice, so you don't have to roll anything. Has anybody else been to Ashfall? I don't think they have.
I would know nothing about Ashfall.
Okay, so as you're mentioning,
I don't
going
remember
through
any of it.
the lake, you haven't been there, I don't think. Ashfall was an Eladrin city that is basically covered in ash and continuously like ash is falling on it from the volcanic eruptions to the west.
I assume it's not a city of creatives.
No. It's basically, it looks like an abandoned like nuclear war zone. There's all kinds of things in that city that still haven't been discovered because people can't spend more than a day there without basically
Going
getting
crazy.
some kind of toxic poisoning. But a lot of people go in and out there. The group you, Henry, ran in Raven, the 2 women,
Mm-hmm.
that's where they had come from with that big horde of treasure and items.
Let's
you
do
ran into
that.
them. You could bypass the city, but it's
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying we go across the lake, go up. Maybe we'll stop by Ashfall on the way there.
Or maybe not.
okay.
How big is your boat, anyways?
Maybe can't just take
How
some
big is my
river.
boat?
It's a trade vessel. It's made to carry cargo from basically Ash Haven back to Glass. I say it's
Is it a barge?
about 30 feet. It's pretty big.
Okay, so we can get horses on there too.
Yeah, you can get horses on it
Okay.
too.
I am
Definitely compensating for some.
a sailor by trade.
There we go.
I've never been on a boat.
Well,
What happened to you, sir?
the boat is manned. They paid for like staffing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's up to you guys if you want to staff it yourselves. But, okay, so your plan is to take a boat from Glass all the way up to Greenside?
Yes.
That should do it.
Okay. So I think that might be a good place to stop, actually. We'll start it up on the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.